Hello? At the back? Yep. Hi everyone. It's my privilege to introduce Miss Ann Holton, wife of former Governor Tim Kaine. She served as the First Lady from 2006 to 2010. And for a role model, get this, she went to Princeton to do her undergraduate, and parents be ready, did law school from Harvard. Then she came down, she worked as attorney for the Central Virginia Legal Aid Society, where she created an award-winning volunteer program. Hint, hint, IAVA people, IAVA volunteers, we need to follow that model. Alright. Thank you. From 1998 to 2005, she was also a judge at the Juvenile and Domestic Relations Court for the city of Richmond, and a chief judge at the court from 2000 to 2003 till she had to move over to be the First Lady. And as First Lady, she launched another signature initiative in 2007 for KEEP's Families for All Virginia Teens, which focused on all the kids, helping them find permanent families for older children in foster care. She contributes as board members to many organizations. I have a full list here, I'm sure you're aware. Suffice it to say, it's a privilege to introduce her, and I welcome her on the stage.
Thank you, Mukul. That's a very kind introduction. Thank you, President Vikas Kapila, and thank you all for the opportunity to be here on this great occasion. How about these young people? Aren't they amazing? Let's have another round of applause for these children. I know you all are so proud. I've watched many a dance performance. My youngest daughter is a dancer, and I know that pride that comes watching your young person on stage, but I will tell you, as an outsider watching today, here's some real talent up here, and it's talent and enthusiasm, and it's really great to see it. So I'm so proud to be here. Enjoy that. I'm so happy to be here on the occasion, especially of the 63rd anniversary of the Republic of India. You know, my husband, Tim Kaine, likes to say that our country, the United States, is the oldest democracy, but maybe some of these young people can tell me, what is the largest democracy in the United States? Anybody know? India is the largest democracy. We have many things in common. One is that we in the United States like to brag about the fact that we elected Barack Obama as the first minority president of our country, something I thought would never happen in my lifetime, having grown up in the South. Yeah, we can applaud that. But I'm sure many of you know, and I hope these young people know, that India elected the first minority leader of a country when you elected Prime Minister Singh as the Prime Minister being from a Sikh background in India. So we have that in common with India as well. But both of our countries have worked hard to bring together diverse interests, folks of different backgrounds, races, and religions to work well together. It's not easy in India. It's not easy in the United States, as we're reminded now because of some of the partisan divides we see separating folks in our country now. But it's incredibly important. India and the United States both have a tradition of doing it well. We are an important, both of us, example to the world, and it's important that we remember that example in our own home territory as well. My husband, as you all know, I hope many of you know, we have not only a race for the president, you know, that's what's all in the news these days, is the race for the United States president that comes up this November. But I hope these young people know that we also have races for control of the United States Senate coming up in November. And my husband, Tim Kaine, is likely to be the Democratic nominee to run from Virginia for the United States Senate. His opponent will likely be George Allen, House of Representatives, and we hope that you will all get involved for whoever your chosen candidate is, but I hope it's the right one. I'm very proud to be out on the campaign trail, and I will be out on the campaign trail for my husband this fall. I have not had the opportunity to do that in the past because I was, as Mukul said, I was a judge in the Juvenile and Family Court in the city of Richmond for all of my husband's past involvement in electoral politics, and so I did not have the opportunity to campaign because in Virginia, judges are not allowed to be part of the campaign world. Now I'm free of that job and happy to be out on the stump for him. I just wanted to share with you first two things. First, some greetings from Tim, and then just a little snippet of the message he's taking across Virginia as part of his campaign. Tim does send his greetings. He can't be here today. He's been to this event many, many times and loves being proud of his ties to this wonderful community. He is in Northern Virginia today, among other things, meeting with a bunch of Indian American and other Asian American leaders in Northern Virginia today. So he sends his greetings. He is very proud of his connections to this community. When he was governor, he worked hard on trade association work with the Indian community. He had lots and lots of folks in his leadership team, including one who's here today. If I can ask Manju Ganawala to stand and raise her hand, who was Tim appointed Manju as the treasurer of Virginia, and she remains in that post today. Not a lot of folks get to stay in those kind of leadership posts across from a Democratic governor to a Republican governor, but sometimes they're just so good they can't turn them down, and that would be Manju. Yeah, Tim and I almost had an opportunity to go to India during his term as governor on a trade mission, and I was so excited. My friend Lakshmi Chawla went and got me all these beautiful clothes to wear on my trip to India, and we did not get to go at the last minute because of the tragedy at Virginia Tech. We actually got halfway there and had to turn around and come back to help that grieving community up in Blacksburg. But I'm very much hoping that I get to go back to get another attempt to go to India, another opportunity when Tim is serving in the United States Senate. I'm going to make it a priority for early on in his first term to get us a trip there. Tim's key message that he's delivering to across the state as he campaigns for the Senate race is one that I know resonates well with this community, and that is that to solve our long-term economic issues here in the United States, we have got to focus on strengthening our talent society. We have got to be all about education, educating the very best, raising up from our own ranks, and attracting the very best from around the world. That's how we're going to make our economy strong again. That's what Tim worked to do as governor. He was very proud of the fact that when he was governor, Virginia was both the very top state, named many times by many different organizations as the top state for business in the United States, but he was also very proud that Education Week, the national education magazine, named Virginia the very best place in the nation to raise a child. Because of our strong education system, because of our strong higher education system, those values of education, of supporting our workforce, of attracting talent from around the world are the issues Tim wants to work on in the United States Senate. Immigration, workforce development, education reform, those are the things he hopes to do as your next United States Senator. He needs your help to get there. This community has been a strong friend and supporter to Tim for a long, long time. We need you again. I hope you'll go on his website, which is caneforva.com. I gotta get it right. caneforva.com. Sign up to volunteer, to contribute, to vote, to remind your friends that we do have an important election coming up this fall. I'll thank you again, President Kapila and all, for this opportunity to be with you today. I'm so excited to have got to see these young people. I'm so excited to smell the food